Peace and love, dreamers. Welcome back to the void. I'm your guide, Fatimah Faith, aka Always Dreaming, and I just got this rush of energy. If you want to see the before this video, go to my personal vlog channel, Fatimah Faith 88, and see how I came to all this. But I don't want to waste anybody's time. Let's get into a pick a card reading. What's the topic? I don't know. Let's see what the cards say, okay? But I decided that I wanted to go ahead and start with astrology because that's my shtick. That's my thing, okay? So today I'm filming this on Thursday, March the 20th, 2025. It is currently 10:57 a.m. That is Eastern Standard Time. And let me check the chart real quick. Currently, we are at, oh my goodness, it's Aries season. I did not realize today is Aries season. We are 0 degrees Aries. How dope is this? Okay. Oh my gosh, my own personal life, right? I did my first mushroom journey on the Eclipse last year, and my life has like completely changed. It's been wild to watch everything unfold in my life. The moon is in Sagittarius at 9 degrees, which is a Sag degree. Wow. I just pulled cards on the other channel, getting ready to do this pick a card. Anyway, go to that channel and watch that. We're at 9 degrees Sag, and I'm thinking about the first card I pulled out. Sag is the Archer, right? And in my first card, the Page of Swords, I had the Archer. So we have our eyes set on a new way of doing things. Aries is all fresh energy, so we are happy. What is it, spring equinox or whatever? I don't know. I don't really do that. It's 0 degrees. We are in the spring now. We have sprung into new action, and today Aries is my 10th house. It's my midheaven. So interesting enough, I'm showing up and I cut my, oh my goodness, all the synchronicities are just crazy. Stay focused, Fatimah. Okay. So we have a 9 degree Sag moon. We have Aries in retrograde at 7 degrees, which is a Libra degree. So there is some polarization happening with Mercury as far as our communication. A little bit. We also have Venus in Aries retrograding at 4 degrees, which is a Cancer degree, which is square. So there is a little bit of tension with the retrograde, but it's okay. I feel overall that the energy is really good. Mars is out of retrograde in Cancer, which is ruled by Aries. So we are moving forward. It's at 20 degrees, which is a Scorpio degree. So there is some harmony happening between with Mars right now. And I won't go any deeper than Mars. We'll leave it at that. So 10:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to go ahead and jump into this reading. So I decided that since I'm an astrologer, we'll start with just astrology cards, okay? So I'm going to let 3 cards come out on their own and see what the energy is, okay? This is the Heavenly Bodies Astrology deck. This was one of my first astrology decks. And the last time I pulled these, I always keep out what I pulled last. I had Aquarius energy. We had Chiron. And we had Earth. And on the bottom of the deck, we had Sagittarius. And look at that. We are already in a Sag moon. And I haven't used this deck in quite a while. So I feel like there was a little magic sprinkled there. Okay, actually, I just saged before I came on here. I saged on camera on Fatimah Faith 88, but I'm going to burn some Palo Santo real quick. I just heard year ahead, since I didn't really realize that the sun was exactly 0 degrees Aries. I feel like this reading is going to be indicative of how things are going to unfold over the next year. Okay, so I guess that is the title of this pick a card, the year ahead, the theme of the year ahead. All right. Yeah, the overall theme of the year ahead. I am drinking some cacao. I also went over that on my Fatimah Faith 88 page. Cacao is a heart opener, and I'm on a subscription with Aura Cacao. And I just finished, well, I just opened my last pack from the kit that I got first, and I have a whole nother kit that I have not even busted into. So this is the first time I've used this. I think it's Oxycontin cacao, which is good for celebration. What a way to bring in Aries season with celebration energy and community. So I'm hoping that through my channels, I get to open up to new community, meeting new people. And I hope that you have the same, because if you're anything like me, I'm a Virgo sun. Not necessarily lonely, but we spend a lot of time to ourselves. And I think more than ever, it's so important to grow our communities. And I feel like my community is meant to be grown online. So let's see what pile one energy is. We have yang energy. So we have masculine energy. Okay. So the year ahead for pile one is all surrounding masculine energy, yang energy. It says proactivity, expression, doing, and forward motion. We are moving forward in the year ahead. We are taking action. We are doing what we are called to do. All right. Thank you. And what is the energy for the year ahead for pile two? Ooh. I got two cards. I'm going to put them back. I got House 2, which is all about values, material possessions, physical security, self-worth. And I had Earth, which second house is ruled by Taurus, which is the Earth energy, persistence, patience, and practicality. Can I get one card, please, for pile 2? One card for pile 2 for the year ahead. What is the energy for pile 2 for the year ahead? What is the energy for pile 2 for the year ahead? Thank you. Uranus, radical change. The theme for pile 2 for the year ahead is radical change, taking the bull by the horns. Uranus is finishing its transit in Taurus. You've learned so much over the last however many years. Uranus, I'll have to do some research before I get into pile 2 to see how long Uranus has been in Taurus, and what you've been learning and what you've been experiencing and how your life wants to level up and change. Thank you. And pile 3, what is the energy for pile 3? What is the energy for pile 3 for the year ahead? Ooh, that floated. It floated out the deck, y'all. Let's see what it is, because it's face down. Face down. Oh my goodness. And we have House 11. Oh my goodness, because when I started singing that song, I started thinking Aquarius. And it's very interesting because Aquarius rules what? the 11th house, and also Uranus. So there is a theme between these two. Well, actually, there is a theme with all of these because Aquarius is also a yang energy. So there is a big highlight around Aquarian energy for the year ahead. I feel like we are all being pushed into radical change. So if we're looking at the overall theme for the collective over the next year, it's feeling very go after your dreams. Don't be afraid to change. Um, Look to Aquarius, okay? And so I'm going to go ahead and close out the deck. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And on the bottom of the deck, we have Mercury, think, learn, network, and communicate. So we're all being called to be more, this says expression, communication, learning, building our networks. And 11th house can deal with networks and associations. And then the bonus card that we have is the 5th house. Make it playful. Make it playful, passion, children, confidence, creativity, okay? And so that is our cards. The 3 piles that we have are Yang, Uranus, and House 11. I am going to pause now and try to find some crystals that go along with these energies, and I will see you in your pile. All right, we're back, y'all. I went ahead and picked some crystals. So if you like picking with crystals, then here are your crystals. For Yang energy, I went ahead and grabbed Carnelian. All this with the help of ChatGPT, make it simple. All right, so this is Carnelian, a Carnelian heart. Still trying to figure out lighting and things like that without the light doing too much to it. I want you all to see the beauty in the crystal. And for pile 2 with Uranus energy, we have Labradorite. I hope that shows good enough for you. And then for pile 3, for house 11, we have Amethyst. And we have this raw cut amethyst. Okay? So I will see you in your pile. Hey, pile 1, if you picked the Yang masculine energy or the Carnelian heart, this is your reading. This is your focus for the year ahead, being that we have just entered Aries season and the new year. Welcome to your new year. And being that you picked Yang energy and the masculine energy, it gives me the chance to use this masculine archetype oracle deck. So let's see what we get. We're going to start with that, and I think I'm going to end up moving into the City Labyrinth Tarot, but we will see after I pull from these masculine archetype cards. So finishing up my cacao. Okay. All right. The year ahead for pile number 1, surrounding their masculine energy. I'm getting because Chiron is currently in Aries right now. So the masculine energy within us all has been going through a deep healing process. Hey Siri, ask ChatGPT, when did Chiron enter Aries?
Chiron first entered Aries on April 17, 2018, but retrograded back into Pisces on
Okay, so 2018 is when we first started um, dealing with Chiron and Aries and how we're healing our masculine energy. So I would look back to 2018. For me, 2018 was when I separated from my husband. I separated from the masculine energy in my life and started healing my own masculine energy so that I could be more balanced. What I'm feeling like there's a few different ways that we are healing our masculine energy. And I'm feeling the number 3. Can I get 3 masculine archetypes? And these may all fit you, or there may only be one that resonates with you. 2 came out, but I want one at a time, please. What aspects of the masculine are we healing? What masculine archetypes are the main ones we are healing? Since 2018, what masculine archetypes are we healing since 2018? The speaker. We are learning to speak our truth. We are learning how to be more poised in the way that we speak. This looks like Obama, right? So I have been noticing, and it's really actually been kind of burning me up, that the way that men have been speaking to women on these platforms, and it's arguing with women, and it is so unhealthy in the masculine energy. Not hearing what she's saying. Oh my goodness. So the speaker in some of us is healing, where we don't have to be so aggressive. We're learning how to speak as a man, as a mature, healed man. What other aspects of the masculine are we healing since 2018? 2018 is when Obama got in office. Is that right? Hey Siri, when was Obama's first term?
Barack Obama's first term as the 44th President of the United States.
I'm sorry, I was wrong. I think that was like 2009. 2018. Hey Siri, was there a presidential election in 2018?
Do you want me to use ChatGPT to answer that?
Yes.
No, there was no U.S. presidential election in 2018.
Hey Siri, who was the president in 2018? Hey Siri, who was the president in 2018?
Donald Trump was president in 2018.
Oof, Lord, grab him by the pussy, y'all. That was surrounding speaker, healing how we speak. And another way we are healing is the strategist, learning how to be strategic in our speaking. I'm feeling like they kind of go together, learning how to be more strategic, not just flying off the handle, not just being so forceful in the way that we go about life. Remember, yang energy is about forward movement. It's also, it says expression. This is going right in line with our main card. Strategy, moving forward. Speaker, expression. Okay? We have to be smarter. We have to be strategic with our words. Be careful with your words. How else is the masculine healing? How else is the masculine healing? What aspect, what is the last aspect of how the masculine is healing, please? How else is the masculine healing? How else is the masculine healing? Can I get one more card, please? Can I get one more card, please? Is this it? No, thank you. The Father. I knew this card was going to come out, okay? The Father. This is the key to the healing. This is the key to these healings. To the speaker, to the strategist, is learning how to be a father, okay? Learning what it really means to be the father, okay? All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Call to change. We are being called to change the ways in which we speak, the way that we act as a father, because I feel like when your father energy is in balance, then you can be more strategic. You're not so quick to just say whatever comes to your mind. You think about what you say and the effect that it will have on the younger generation. You pour, look, this is water. Water is feminine energy, and that's the thing. We have to be more balanced within our masculine and feminine energy, because the father is a nurturer. The father is a nurturer. Call to change. I think I want to jump into the book, The Speaker. The Speaker. Where are the stars at? The Speaker. Keywords are motivating, personable, charming. The challenges are manipulation, lying, and listening. And that is what I've been saying when I see these videos of men and women arguing. Think about it. Speaking is an air element, okay? Air is a yang, it's a masculine energy, okay? And if the men don't know how to speak, being motivational and personable, the challenge is listening. They're not listening. They just want to get out what they have to say. Make sure the mic is still on. To cultivate, acting, socializing, politics, marketing. So the year ahead, I feel like, is you shifting the way that you speak. So I don't know if all these go together or if these are separate. Take what resonates, leave the rest. The speaker knows how to incite motivation in others, motivation, not going after them. He wields his words as an artist wields a brush. He knows how to speak to people's hopes, dreams, and fears, evoking emotion and helping listeners channel into positive action. The speaker is charismatic, passionate, confident, and knowledgeable. His biggest asset is his reputation. He knows that people must respect him if they are to listen to him. This leads the speaker to be kind and empathetic to his audience. The speaker must never take advantage of his listeners or fall into a shadow of the charlatan. Hey Siri, define charlatan.
Charlatan means a person falsely claiming to have a special knowledge or skill, a fraud.
If his message preys more on fear than offering an alternative, he will slip into his shadow. His skills are best used to incite positive change in others. This pile is not just for men in body. This goes to speaking to all of our masculine energies and the way that we need to heal and change. His skills are best used to incite positive change in others. When you draw this card, evaluate how you communicate with others. Look at how you can incite emotions. Are they positive emotions? Are you manipulating? Are you talking over people? Or are you able to listen? The challenge is listening, being able to really hear. And it says about being empathetic, being able to hear what someone actually has to say, understanding how they're feeling, and turning that into something that is positive. It will induce a positive change. We need to be able to respect you. If we don't respect you, this actually was a situation that I ran into. Someone didn't honor what I bring to the table and was talking to me out the side of his face like he had lost his mind. Basically, you need me, I don't need you. But the thing was, you approached me to work with. I didn't approach you. I didn't come to you for an opportunity. You offered me an opportunity. But you're so stuck in your ego and that you know everything that you're not able to be flexible. Someone in a leadership position also needs to be able to be flexible. When you draw this card, evaluate how you communicate with others. Look at how you can incite emotions in others through your passion and charm. The strategist, the very next page. Keywords: practical, calculated, systematic. Challenges are abstractions, callousness, detachment, to cultivate board games, investing, practicing tactics. And I just picked up chess, which is interesting for me because I've been called towards chess. And as you see, this is a chess board. We are playing chess, learning to play chess so that you don't react so fast. You don't speak too quickly. You don't move too quickly. Forward motion. You don't move too quickly. You think about what you say before you say it. Okay. The strategist uses his intellect to find the most effective path to reach his goal. He is practical, success-driven, and calculated, exploring all possibilities, enables him to make systematic plans. He is skilled in overseeing and enacting the details needed to complete the objective. The strategist has to be open to being wrong. You have to be open to being wrong. This goes back to the speaker. Don't just be quick to want to share what it is that you know. You have to be open to listening. You have to be open to see other people's perspective, have compassion, have care with your words. He is skilled in overseeing and enacting the details needed to complete his objective. The strategist has to be open to being wrong and to opposing opinions. This helps him continually evaluate his logic and perspective. He knows there is danger in being blinded by assumption. The strategist does well when surrounded by sound counsel and opposing viewpoints. The strategist can struggle with any project or person that does not have a clear goal. His need for efficiency can be seen as callousness. Since people's mistakes can profoundly affect his strategy, he can become guarded and detached. If the strategist isn't careful, the community, his most valuable asset, will abandon him. Be careful. Be careful in how you deal with your community, because once you start talking to people crazy, you might start really losing a lot of people that you think are down for you because they don't like the way that you are just blinded by your own assumptions, the way that you are just not willing to see anybody else's point of view. And then you speak too quickly out your mouth without understanding other perspectives. When working with the strategist, look at how you create and achieve your goal. Do you have clarity on every step in each working piece? Could you sacrifice one element or enrich another to make you more likely to succeed? When working with the strategist, look how you create and achieve your goal. How are you accomplishing your goal? Do you have clarity in every step and each working piece? Could you sacrifice one element to enrich another or to make, this is what I was talking about, adaptability. If you only see things your way and only want to do things your way, how can you actually grow? Eventually, people aren't going to want to work with you because you're inflexible. And masculine energy, a lot of times, can be very inflexible. Under the yang energy, we have cardinal signs, forward movement, moving too fast, speaking too fast, moving too fast, okay? Speaking too fast. Or you have fixed energy. Well, I mean, technically, yang energy, I'm thinking fixed is very masculine, in my opinion, because it can be very, this is the way I want it, this is the way it's going to be done. Of course, you have all the modes. You also have Gemini, which is mutable, speaking too quickly, ruled by Mercury. You also have, yeah, you have the mutable, you have all those things. But if you really think about it, for me, cardinal energy is very masculine because it's all about forward action and movement, and then fixed energy can be really stuck in their ways. And a lot of times in our society, in this patriarchal society, I hate to say it, but it's the truth, the way that we have come up over millennia is that the man is in charge. And so because they have been in power for so long, there is no flexibility there. They think they know everything the right way and don't want to take any mutability, no moving with the flow of water. Okay. And let's see what the Father has to say. The Father, keywords: reliable, supportive, giving. Challenges are martyrdom, overbearing, abuse of authority. To cultivate acts of service, leadership, and mentoring. The sub architects are land steward, mentor, provider, caregiver. The shadow aspects is the constant rescuer or the deadbeat. The Father strives to be compassionate, generous, benevolent, and supportive. His selfless love encourages the potential of others. He shares his gifts without the need for payment or recognition. He is an advisor, healer. He's a healer, not just a you do what I say. He's a leader and a provider. At his core, the Father seeks safety and security for those he loves. He makes personal sacrifices to create a supportive environment. This can sometimes be a lonely and unappreciated role. If the Father expects something for his work, it can lead to resentment. And I feel like that's a lot of what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of men dealing with resentment. They are resenting the female, the feminine. They are resenting everything, actually, in our world. This can sometimes be lonely and underappreciated role. If the Father expects something for his work, it can lead to resentment and push the Father into the shadow aspects of the deadbeat. If love and support are given without attachment, then the Father archetype can create deep healing for others. I'll say that again. If love and support are given without attachment, then the Father archetype can create deep healing for others. One of the most challenging tasks for the Father is finding the balance between protection and freedom. If he overprotects his child, community, or loved ones, it can turn into dictatorship. But if the Father is too hands off, his loved ones might not have the structure they need to grow. This may make them feel unsafe, abandoned, or uncared for. Rather than safeguarding people from harm, the Father should try to reach them, how try to the Father should try and teach them how to find growth from adversity. You connect to the Father archetype through nurturing others, yourself, or your world. The archetype is the supportive voice, there we go back to speaking, that wants the best for you. When you draw this card, consider how you support others. What responsibilities are you hiding from? Do you allow loved ones their freedom? How could you guide? How could you be a guide to others' growth and call to change? I didn't expect that I was going to be reading so much, but I feel like in my time dealing with the masculine, they often aren't open to intuitive information. Sometimes they need the hero's journey cards. This call to action is not an archetype. This is the hero's journey. And it's number 2, call to change. I feel like a lot of times my male clients often do better when I just read directly from the book because they saw the cards come out on their own. And so they're not going to be as opposed, because if it resonates, if it hits, then it's going to hit. It's not coming from me, it's coming from the book. The call to adventure can come like a whisper or resound like a devastating earthquake. This stage of the journey is a problem or challenge you can no longer ignore. We can no longer ignore the state of our masculine energy. We cannot ignore this. We cannot continue to work in this way. We cannot continue to be dictators over other people. We cannot continue to just say things out of our mouth without thinking about the consequences and the overflow and how that affects the generation below us. We have to be more strategic in the way that we are moving in our masculine energy. This will teach us patience. This will teach us patience to think before we speak, to think about the ramifications of what our words and our actions are creating. I often see this battle between men and women, especially around child support and things like that. And it's always, well, da 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 da, they're keeping me from my child. As a masculine man, as a father, you do whatever is necessary to be a part of your child's life. Because let's be real, I am a single mother and I don't keep my kids away from their father at all. But does he show up? No, he doesn't. Does he spend time with his son? No, he does not. So what's the excuse? And I'm just one case. Okay. Now, are there women who are hurt and they are doing things, yes, that are causing confusion and challenges for the masculine? Yes. But that is why this card was saying it is up to the man to still be there, to be supportive, to go through these things, to be the man, okay? Not to be petty and go back and forth with these women. It's up to you to be that stable force to say, this is not what I'm going to tolerate. I'm being called back into court again from my daughter's father because he doesn't want to pay what his back child support is. If I had to get it out the mud the whole time you weren't paying, why can't you do the same thing? I went into law enforcement. I went back to school. I kept on pushing myself to be better to so I could provide the life. I didn't have a choice. Okay? The call asks you to depart from the safe world and enter the unknown. Will you listen to the first whisper? If you don't, then it will ultimately escalate to a clamor. Change doesn't have to come from disaster, but it will eventually unless you take action. An example would be becoming disengaged at work. Being unproductive will ultimately get you fired. This is what I was just saying. Find a new job that could add a new sense of vigor and purpose to your life. If I had to go and figure it out as a woman, then I expect my men to do the same thing. Eventually, you will have to leave the work you hate. The question is, will you do it proactively and honorably? At this stage, look at your center of gravity. When you give yourself to silence, what questions keep coming up that won't go away? Is there something in your life, your personality, society, or community you would like to see change? What archetypes could you work with to bring about this change? And we just went through those archetypes, which is the speaker, the strategist, and the father. This is where our masculine is being called to change. We have got to change the way in which we speak, the way we go about doing things, and being the father, learning what it means to be the father. Yes, we've gone through, especially in my culture, in the African American culture, where we've been split apart. We have ancestral trauma and, you know, the society and the way things have been, systematic oppression and all these things. But guess what? We do have to pick ourselves up from our bootstraps. We cannot continue to let these cycles continue. And it's going to take every person, male and female, to get their masculine intact. Okay. And I feel like the women are being called to be the balance, to just the same way over these years since 2018. I left my marriage in 2018, coming up until now. I have had to embody a more healthy masculine energy within myself until I find a partner that can balance that out for me. But until then, I feel like women are in a place right now where we need to be raised up as the leaders so that the masculine has time to sit back and do the healing work, do the work necessary in order to create change, to come into balance with the feminine energy. I am now about 28 minutes into this reading, and it takes as long as it takes. When I push the button, I don't know where it's going to go. I push the button and I let it flow. Wherever spirit wants me to go with it is where I'm going to go. So this is what we're being called to change in our masculine energy. That is for men and women, but especially to my men out there. And I hope the men are able to find this message. And I am not coming for you. I am just asking you to step up. Spirit and God is asking you to step up. We got to stop complaining about all the reasons why we are in the state we are in and take control of our own lives. Be the magician in our own lives. Do I still have mic? Yes, I do. Let's get into the tarot and see how we can go about doing this. The last time I pulled these cards, I had the Two of Cups. This is all about bringing together the masculine and the feminine. Look at that. That is a man and a woman being able to sit down and talk as two adults. We might have two different viewpoints, but we can do this together. I got the Queen of Pentacles. The mother is able to, with mother and father, we are able to bring harmony back into our family systems, whether we are together or not together. We need to be able to stop fighting between us. And Nine of Pentacles, take care of yourself, take care of your health. That is a way that we can help heal ourselves, is by coming together and healing, taking the time out to heal and care for ourselves, listen to our body. What is it that we need? What is the nourishment that we need? And then the Three of Cups, being able to celebrate together, being able to enjoy each other's company and recognize each other's differences and be okay with that. Thank you. And then we have the World card on the split, being able to come together, all our different flags, all our different perceptions, and still be able to affect change in our world. Please give me the guidance that pile one needs moving forward this year in healing their masculine energy. What energy? And I just heard, for my ladies, for my mothers, if you know that you have been causing more strife in a man being able to step up and heal himself, you need to do healing work as well. We have got to stop fighting. We are only making ourselves physically ill, physically sick, which is being passed down to our children. They are seeing the mental illness grow. They are seeing the anger. They are seeing the resentment. It is causing so much turmoil in their physical environment. We are causing instability in their environment. Cut it out. King of Cups, being mature, masculine, being balanced in our emotions, being a grandfather figure, stepping out of I'm getting father and grandfather. I think we're so focused on what the father is supposed to be. Start to look towards grandfather energy. What does grandfather energy, if we, because this balances us. When we think about grandfather energy, when I think about my grandfather, thank you, granddaddy. Thank you. When we think about grandfather energy, it feels very loving. It feels very balanced. I think when we're in our father energy, we project a certain type of idea what that looks like, and we become too rigid. We want to take too much control. This is the way it needs to be. We're not as open, but pointing towards the grandfather energy, tap more into grandfather energy. That will help guide you in this change that we are being called to make. And a lot of times I feel like a lot of people that are watching this, our children aren't as young as they used to be anymore, and so we're not really sure how to become the father. We're not really, because we haven't been there. We have had a lot of absent fathers in our lives, me included. I didn't have my father around, and now look, my children don't have their fathers around to be that stable force. Instead of trying to make up for lost time, be the grandfather, okay? Come in as a grandfather, a calmer energy, a more nurturing energy, a more stable. I've learned a lot of lessons, a lot of wisdom. Bring that to the table without all the aggression that comes with that younger father energy. Okay. The star card, the star is all about healing. It's hope. It's Uranus energy. It's Aquarius energy. Moving forward. Let's move forward. Let's not stay stuck in what used to be. Let's start a new page. Ace of Wands, we are getting new inspiration. New inspiration. It looks like he is heading towards a new job. He's looking at his phone. It looks like he's looking at a phone, going in a new direction. Going in a new direction. He has plans underneath his arm. He has plans. He's making new plans. We can do things in a new way. We can make new plans. Don't be afraid to change. You are being called to change. You've been being called to change. You know what? Your health will get better when you go ahead and accept that things need to change. Stop being stuck in your old ways. Stop being stuck in jobs. One of these, I think, Call to Change talked about not being stuck in a job that you hate. Start being inspired. What is it that you really want to do? What really lights you up on the inside? Okay. Go in a new direction, make new plans, be the mature man that you know that you can be. Even if you've never seen it before, you can be that. Just tap into that. Okay. Do you have any other messages? These are beautiful tarot cards. I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. Is there anything else, Spirit? Is there anything else to help? The Emperor. Come on now. The Emperor. Research the Emperor. Research Emperor energy. This is being very stable. This is Aries energy. This is where you're being called. Wherever Aries is in your chart, if you would like a chart reading, you can go to my website, www.fatimah.faith/always dreaming, and book a one-on-one session. I deep dive into your charts. I'll pull your natal chart. I pull your natal chart. I pull your progress chart. I pull your solar return. We are going to dig deep. If you want to dig deep and heal, and you want to move forward in the direction that you are being called, if you want to move forward in the direction you are called, Wands energy is fire energy, starting new, Ace, starting over again, so that you can step into your rightful place as the emperor of your empire. Okay. And I just heard, what is the blessing that will come from this change over the next year? What is the blessing that will come from this change over the next year, Spirit? How will Pile 1 be blessed? How will Pile 1 be blessed? Knight of Swords. You're going to have so much clarity. You're going to feel, look, He's a warrior, but he is relaxed. He is chilling. He's got his arm up. He is ready for anything. You will feel more secure. You will feel more stable. You will be able to go through all the challenges with your armor on. You'll be able to sustain swords. You will be able to direct your mental focus in the direction that you want to go in. That will be your blessing. I think it is amazing that all these cards are speaking of masculine energy. You have King of Cups, you have Ace of Wands, which has a man in the picture. Wands is fire. Fire is masculine. You have the Star card. The Star card is Aquarius energy, air energy. It is also masculine yang energy. You have the Emperor, Aries energy, that is also masculine fire energy. And you have Knight of Swords. It is the masculine energy. Your masculine is asking for you to step up, make the changes that you need. Step up, become the goat in your own life, the top of the mountain. You will reach the pinnacle of your life. You will start to see over the next year, if you focus on this energy, you will start to see things coming into fruition for you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And on the bottom of the deck, we have Two of Cups. We come back to the Two of Cups. We will find balance and harmony within our relationships, within ourselves, the relationship between the masculine and the feminine within ourselves, but also the balance of the masculine. You will see the blessings that come from this work over the next year. You will see that balance. Wherever that balance needs to come into place, you will start to see signs that it's coming together. Dedicate this next year to coming into balance, healing your masculine energy, being very real with yourself and how things need to change. And your bonus card is the Page of Cups, feminine energy. But it's a man, right? It's a man being able to be more in flow, starting new emotions, feeling things in a new way, not feeling like the victim anymore, not feeling like not feeling unstable anymore in your emotions. You're able to balance your thoughts with your emotions instead of letting your emotions overflow and get you in a place where you speak too quickly, where you make moves that aren't strategic, that you didn't think through. Okay, we're not talking about manipulation. Okay, we're talking about being the father, being the grandfather, being wise, grandfather energy. I like to see, a lot of times I often see the pages as female energy. King is the masculine energy, and even though we had cups, we started with cups and we ended with cups. Whether it's the Two of Cups, the Page of Cups, we started with the King of Cups. It's all about our emotions. I understand that feminine energy has been triggering you, but let that be a catalyst to change. Let the feminine energy nurture you back into a balanced masculine energy. This doesn't have much in it, but I feel like I want to read the King of Cups. We have the King of Cups. The upright card signifies a strong marriage and patronage of a mature man. The reversed indicates fraud and trickery, as well as cruelty and excessive ambition. The Star card. We have the upright card suggests that your life can change for the better. You can have new chances. Your life can change, call to change for the better. You can have new chances and opportunities. The card signifies being mature and accepting that things need to change. The card signifies recovery, renewal of spirit, happiness, and serenity. When reversed, the card means isolation, seclusion, dissatisfaction with oneself, disbelief, powerlessness and disappointment. I feel like for some people, it may be a time where you need to, for the next year, start pulling back, withdrawing, working on yourself, doing the work that is necessary. Stop being so engaged with everything around you and focus your attention despite what is going on around you, because it's causing you confusion. There needs to be a pullback over the next year so that you can focus on healing this masculine energy. You can focus on the relationships that really need your attention, whether that's with your children or with their mother or their father, whatever the case may be. You need to focus. Some people need to pull back drastically from the outside world. You are too overstimulated in this society. You've been doing things the same way over and over again. You get up, you get on social media or whatever the case, you say whatever it is you got to say, and you're just going through life with a lot of confusion. And that's why you are experiencing the physical discomfort. You are uh, also in a mental health spiral, and you don't know how to get out of it. When reverse, the card means isolation and seclusion, dissatisfaction with oneself. You're doing all these things, you've been doing it over and over again, but you know in your heart and your soul that you are very dissatisfied with the state of your life. This is calling you to pull back so that you can refocus your energy and heal what needs to be healed, what is begging for you to heal. The Ace of Wands, the upright card signifies luck, money, activity, career, growth. The reverse card indicates apathy, melancholy, troubles, and failures at work. Here we go back to the work. If you are doing a job that you don't like anymore, transform it. If you don't want to leave your job, if you like your job but you don't like your position, strive for something more. Be more. Be more. Forward motion, okay? Move forward with something. How can you transform it? Take control of your life. The Emperor, card number 4. 4 is the number of stability. The upright card presents a strong, domineering, and goal-oriented person who can give you a reliable support and help you both in love and business. The reverse card signifies pressure, powerlessness, and take your power back. The presence of enemies and also failure and moral violence. The Knight of Swords. The upright card signifies the appearance of a strong person ready to protect you, as well as you're moving forward, victory and triumph. Pay attention to the way I'm reading these cards and how it's going in order. In the reverse indicates an accident, aggression, disease, emergence of enemies. Page of Cups. When upright, the card indicates strong emotional links and relations, some new interesting acquaintances, your creative energy, and a probable journey. When reversed, the card suggests all your resources being unused, betrayal and infidelity, intrigues and gossip. I feel like these are all themes you need to keep in mind. Save this under your playlist so that you can go back and refer to the overall theme of the year ahead and the things that you need to watch out for over the year. The shadows are things that you need to watch out. The reversed meanings are the things that you need to be aware of. And when it comes about, go to the upright meaning instead of worried about the enemies. How can you be balanced in what's happening around you? It will not always be easy. There'll be constant tests over the next year to see how you are healing, to see how you are moving forward in your journey. Are you doing things different than the way that you used to do them? And lastly, the Two of Cups, the upright card signifies love, carnal pleasures, Carnelian, carnal pleasures, and unity with a partner and passion. The reverse card indicates disagreements, cooling of feelings, unrequited love, and promiscuous sex. We also have to make sure that sexually we are not being as promiscuous. I feel like there is a message there. There is nothing wrong with carnal pleasures, like it said in the upright meaning, but don't let that take over you. And I just realized this card says non-stop moving forward. Just keep moving forward. Keep taking little steps, little by little, taking your time to pause and reflect, making sure that you are not moving in a way that is just habitual, the way that you've been programmed and conditioned. Make sure you're starting a new page and how you move in your emotions. Okay. Thank you so much, Pile One. I hope this reading finds whoever it is meant to find. It is a timeless reading. And until the next time, namaste. The divine in me sees the divine in you. Peace, love, and keep dreaming. Peace, Pile Two. Welcome to your pick a card reading for the year ahead. Welcome to the new year. Happy Aries season, spring equinox, all the things. Okay. We are about to close out the eclipse that we had been experiencing in Aries and Libra. And so if you are here, you picked Uranus, a radical change, and the Labradorite. Ooh, that looks beautiful right there. The Labradorite crystal. Okay. So I cleared the energy from pile one and had to pause and think where we wanted to get started with pile two. And so I got pointed towards the Sacred Rebels card because Uranus is all about rebellion, a radical change. And so I'm not sure what tarot wants to be used. I pile one, the tarot came to me immediately, but for you, I only have the Sacred Rebels. So we'll see what the Sacred Rebels has to say. And a lot of times when I use this deck, I feel like it's connecting me with ancestral power and energy. So there is heavy ancestral energy that I'm feeling right now with what your ancestors are guiding you to do for this year ahead. What is in store for the year ahead? I feel like you're going to go through a major rebirth this year, from this Aries season to next Aries season. Aries is springtime. It is about rebirth. And by this time next year, Uranus will be in Gemini. Gemini, the planet of ruled by communication. So there's going to be a radical change. I feel like maybe pile two, it's feeling like you have been very shy, very to yourself. You have been suppressing your voice. And by this time next year, you're going to be amazed at how much you're speaking and how much you are just saying what's on your mind. And you're not going to be so much in your head. And so the last time I pulled these cards for myself, I had every journey starts with a single step. I had the power of attraction and going beyond the normal. Hold on. I think I just saw a synchronicity. Oh my goodness. It was 12, 13, and 14. All right. So we're getting new ideas and 4 going against the grain. This is kind of what I was feeling with, you're gonna come out just like shedding all the bullshit. Ooh, there's an energy. I feels like just wanting to explode through, which is very Uranus energy. So let's see. How is pile 2 radically changing over the next year? How is pile 2 radically changing over the next year? How is pile 2 being called to change over the next year? If you were called to pile 1, you might want to check that out, because I just got certain visions from pile 1. I saw a certain card for pile 1. So even though the main card of this deck is radical change, pile 1 also talked about change. But I did not use this deck for pile 1. The goal is to not repeat decks. I want each pile to feel like their own individual pile, diving for the light. I feel like, what did I just get? Diving for the light, card number 11. Diving for the light. It feels like we have been in a dark place for a long time, but now we are diving, going deeper, and we're finding that there is light at the bottom of the darkness. Once you go through the darkness, you will find the light. And I think that is a big part of, I feel like perception is changing. Perception is changing. The radical change in the year ahead will be your perception of the dark. You'll actually find so much light in the dark. Legacy of light. We have the word light again. 7-11. 7-11. I feel like 7-11, that is Cancer season. There will be a radical change in Cancer season. You may have heavy Cancer placement in your chart, diving in water. Water is Cancer energy, is a Cancer element. It is the first of the water signs, starting something fresh. 11, 1-1, starting something fresh. When it comes to 11, Uranus is ruled by Aquarius. Aquarius is the 11th house. There is a lot happening and activating in your 11th house with the way that you are changing and diving for the light. Legacy of light. You come from a line, a legacy of light workers, and you are no longer afraid of the dark. You have already gone through the dark. There will be a lot of back and forth. I feel like this year ahead is going to be an in-between. You're going to be shedding the idea of what the darkness feels like in your emotional body. You are going to be shedding the perspective that the dark is a scary place. You will learn that you get so much wisdom from the dark. You will start to see so much of the light that you have within you that the dark no longer scares you. You may have been a child that had a lot of dreams, a lot of scary dreams, but honestly, those nightmares as a child was preparing you to walk more in the dark, to be more a part of the mystery, to keep your light, to build your light to the strength that it is now. There will be a big change, a radical change in how you feel in the shadows. You will feel so bright and so lit up in some of the darkest places. You will believe in yourself in ways you never thought were possible. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You have the support of your ancestors. Your ancestors are with you. Tap into that energy, feel them with you, and then shock of the new. So we have radical, shock of the new. And I've never gotten this card before, but I see pianos and sound and a sunflower. And it looks like starting, there is a sacred geometry symbol on her throat that is, and I said about speaking. Didn't I say something about speaking? Yeah, you're going to start talking in a whole new way. You're going to be speaking in a whole new way. You're going to start to be empowered by the sound of your voice. Yes, you're going to love the sound of your voice. You're going to love the light that your voice brings to the world, and it's going to be shocking. We have 6 and 7. 6 and 7. It's a legacy of light. You're going to allow your ancestors to speak through you to bring more light into the world. Shock of the new. And then on the other side, we have what you want wants you. I feel like this has always been a dream. Look at how her hair is flowing into a spiral. She's allowing herself to spiral. She's seeing the beauty in the spiral of her thoughts that used to spiral in the negative direction are now spinning in the most positive direction. She's divinely guided, inspired by all the things that she's feeling, all the wisdom that she has brought back from the dark. It's lighting her up from the inside, and it's going to shock and awe you. Okay. Um, let's see what it is, what it do, what it is. This is completely different energy from pile number 1, which I love that. I love this for us, okay? I'm talking to you like I'm talking to me because I'm always talking to me. We are always talking to ourselves, okay? Whether it's a past version of ourselves, a current version of ourselves, or a future version of ourselves, we are all just reflections of light to one another. We are just reflecting the light back to us. We have 11, 17, 16, and 6. We have 2 6s. We have 3 1s, starting something new. 3 goes back to communication, expression. We are radically changing our expression. We are filling the light within us. 6 is all about balance and harmony. We are feeling more balanced in our masculine and feminine energy. And for some reason, I am being pointed to the sacred geometry deck. You have the top of the deck as shock of the new. Let me get just a card or two. Let me get a card or two. Let's do this blue one. I actually want to do the red one. I have 2 of these sacred geometry decks. I feel like the red one wants to be pulled. So hold on. All right, pile 2, and we're back. Sacred geometry cards, the visionary path. I kept on seeing this box instead of the blue box because I am feeling very charged up with your group of like, we are ready. I feel like I just heard I'm so ready for a breakthrough. We are ready for a breakthrough, for things to finally change. We have been doing all this work within us, and it feels like it's like things aren't the same, but yet the external reality feels the same. And so we need a little bit of something to help push us forward so that we know that we are on the right track. We have swallow the sun, and we have sunflowers in this bottom of the deck. We also had, I don't know how to say this word, but yeah, ixodrahedron, ecosodrehedron, something. And then we have star tetrahedron. We have flaming tropicals. We have new beginnings. And we have purification meditation. So let's just get maybe 1 or 2 of these sacred geometry cards on what this new path looks like. Shock of the new, diving for light, legacy of light, what you want wants you. Radical change. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you. Can you give me more insight into pile two's radical change, the shock of the new? What is the shock of the new? Is there? Yep. What is pile two's shock of the new? Or how will they recognize this new, that they are on the right path? And we have Apsara hands. So we have all these hands. Let's see. Where are we going with this? 25. Achievement, completion. Yes, you are there. We are at achievement and completion. Gracious, playful female deities called Apsaras are found sculpted everywhere throughout the great temple complex of Angkor Wat in Cambodia. 9 exaggerated hand movements borrowed from these captivating sculptures complement the image of the pink water lilies that fill the pond facing this famous temple. 9 is the number of completion. 9 is the number of completion. We are in a 9-year. You have made it. It's been a long journey. It has been a long legacy, and you are finally reaching the culmination point, the point in which you can see the achievements, all the work that you have put in. 3 circles offer a sense of wholeness as you I just heard, if you were called to pile 1, I feel like pile 1 is talking about all the work that you've done. And this is what you're stepping into now. 3 circles offer a sense of wholeness as you contemplate the completion of this chapter, taking time out to appreciate your accomplishments, to switch into this more receptive feminine energy. It says gracious, playful female deities, being able to be less serious. Yes, if you were called to pile 1, go check that out. That may resonate with you and the journey that you have gone through. That will just be a confirmation that this is what you are stepping into over the next year. 3 circles offer a sense of wholeness as you contemplate the completion of this chapter of your life. Claim it, claim the completion of these struggles that you have been working through. You have worked so diligently. You have accomplished much and realized success in the achievement of your purpose. As you approach the conclusion of this phase, honor the work you have completed and the decisions that have brought you to this moment. It is time now to expand your vision and choose a new path. Choose a new path. Shock of the new. It's going to shock you. I feel like you don't actually know what is ahead of you. It's almost like they just wanted you to work. They wanted you to put in the work, and you put in the work, not so unsure of where, diving for light. You were going through the dark. You didn't know where it was going to lead to, and it is going to shock you who you become a year from now, where you are a year from now. As you approach the conclusion of this phase, honor the work you have completed and the decisions that have brought you to this moment. It is time to now expand your vision and choose a new path. Each life is filled with beginnings and endings. Even our highest aspirations find completion. Life continues in the manner that is not always predictable, yet with an attitude of flexibility and a sense of adventure, you will see that new horizons and fresh opportunities are always available. Look to your future with optimism and hope, knowing that magic and new horizons are just around the corner. It's just around the corner. I feel like that was all I needed from this deck, so I'm going to close it out. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Diamond Mandala, you are a diamond in the rough. You have gone through the pressures of life and now you have completed it. 17, the number 8, we have 25 here. Something about numerology. There is something here about numerology and sacred geometry, following the spirals, picking up on the symbols, all the symbols that you see, being able to decipher. I'm feeling high priestess energy. You are a legacy of high priestess. They have been doing this work forever. It's in you, it's not on you. It's already in you. You already know what to do. Diamond mandala. And on the bonus card we have octahedron here with card number 54 also coming to a 9. And let's see what the book has to say before we jump into the tarot. Card number 54. Octahedron, nourishment, air. It's like a breath of fresh air. Taking the time, you have completed the difficulties, and so it's allowing your body to reset into the new energy. You know that the hard times are over. Now it's time to just nourish. It's time to take care of yourself. It's time to be in your feminine energy. It's time to be playful and creative and allow life to flow and take you into this new path, into this new direction that I think you're very unsure of, but it's all going to be okay. It's going to be better than you ever expected. The octahedron, with its 8 triangular faces, is one of the 5 3-dimensional shapes called the platonic solids. Seen in another way, an octahedron is a figure created by 2 pyramids sharing the same base. One pyramid points up and one pyramid points down, dividing space into 8 equal directions. The octahedron is associated with the element of air and is a symbol of nourishment, with the powerful ability to bring together differing viewpoints. Life has been such a paradox for you, and now you're learning that it's not one way or the other. It's bringing it all together. It's being balanced in the masculine and the feminine energy. Reflect on the effect of the 8 aspects on the object of your inquiry. Did I read that? I skipped something. The octahedron is associated with the element of air and a symbol of nourishment, with the powerful ability to bring together differing viewpoints. It is earth and sky energies united. Earth, female; sky, air, masculine, united. It is male and female in balanced understanding each other and being able to create balance. This card invites you to consider how your life is nourished by broadening your perspective and looking at many facets in the directions in order to find balance and nourishment. Reflect on the effect of the 8 aspects on your object of inquiry. Sit quietly and breathe in and out. A lot of this is about finding nourishment, finding that balance, being at peace. The next year ahead feels like allowing. It feels like finally finding the peace and balance within ourselves. I feel like this has been a lonely road for a lot of Pal too. It's been healing the masculine or healing the feminine aspects, and you're finally going to feel what it feels like to be balanced in both. And this may bring blessings that you weren't expecting in another person. I'm not trying to get too ahead of myself, but that's just what I'm seeing and feeling. Reflect on we're not doing any of this work to bring in someone else. We did this work so we can be balanced within ourselves. This card invites you to consider how your life is nourished by broadening your perspective and looking at many facets in many directions in order to find balance and nourishment. Reflect on the effect of the 8 aspects on the object of your inquiry. Sit quietly and breathe in and out. Finding as much time and moments to just breathe and feel the nourishment of the breath, to feel the calm and the peace that you have earned. You have earned this. You have earned this. You have come to completion. Thank yourself. Thank you. Thank you for guiding me. Thank you to my guides for the wisdom to go through the challenges that we went through, to leave the things behind that were no longer serving the ultimate goal of what we want. Knowing that what we want wants us, we can now breathe and accept the new and the shock of the new, the beauty of the new. Contemplate each aspect. How does cooperation affect your view of the situation? Might patience help events to flow more freely? Remember, at our core, we are all love and joy and peace are our birthright. Legacy of light, octahedron, nourishment, and air is sitting between legacy of light and what you want once you, it is time, we are moving. We've realized that we are holding a legacy of light and we're going after what we want, knowing that it wants us as well. Finding the peace in going after we want. We don't have to force, we just have to be able to flow like air with it in this what you want. Once you, her hair is flowing into a spiral, we're going to allow ourselves the beauty of the spiral energy. Feel appreciation for the process and gratitude for the understanding you will gain. You might want to choose other aspects to explore. Create your own list. The message here is to know you will be nourished by expanding your viewpoint. Allow yourself to see things in a new way. Allow yourself to flow with it, to be curious like a child again. 17, diamond mandala, other dimensions. Here we go, other dimensions. Whirling out from the womb of the cosmos, energy is the most basic stuff of creation. Every quark and molecule of humankind and of the entire multiverse consists of tiny packets of energy and light. The spirit or light body is spoken of in some ancient philosophies as the diamond soul, and is believed to be the eventual course of evolution for humanity as a whole. It is multidimensional and holographic and could be pictured as your interdimensional passport. Meditate. Travel with this image to other dimensions and envision bringing forth your pure diamond light. This essence is the brilliant core of you that shines in love, compassion, fulfillment, and joy. This diamond soul is within you. As you bring it forward, it will put you on a path illuminated by your own inner radiance. Employ this card to journey to dimensions so brilliant that your heart bursts open in rapture. Sit in this bliss and soak up the light. Sit in your brilliance as long as you are able. Then slowly, consciously return to your physical body in the here and now. You're stepping into a time where you came from learning all these lessons, working so hard to heal, and now it is time to practice more routinely our meditation, our spiritual practices, being very in tune with ourselves, in tune. This has sound, speakers, music. There is something about sound. It's also bringing forth the creative energy. Sit with your brilliance. As long as you're able, then slowly, consciously return to your physical body in the here and now. When you return from this meditation, you may need some time to integrate the light that you now contain. Diving for light, legacy of light. There is an energy of you graduated is what I just heard. You graduated. You are stepping into the legacy of who you truly are, a light being. Asked to assimilate this energy in a holistic manner so you may make use of it in the highest and best manner possible. And that was Diamond Mandala that wanted to be read. Let me check Sacred Rebels for Shock of the New to get some insight on this new energy. Shock of the New, card number 6. What wild, unconventional voice is calling to you? Can you hear it? It is so different and so unusual, it might be hard to decipher, like hearing an unfamiliar language for the first time. It might be hard to discern with great clarity now, but there is an affinity between you and this strangely beautiful newness seeking to manifest. This oracle says there is a stirring at the deepest level within you. Something new will break through, and the process of this birth may be a shock to you. The shock will transform into great joy and a sense of tremendous liberation, but you must bear the strangeness first. That strangeness might be something that rattles your beliefs about yourself and your world, daring you to become more of yourself, more open to where life is leading you, and more willing to be the unique sacred art being crafted by the hand of the universal creator. Nature never shies away from strange beauty. She allows for endless diversity, and her sacred works are often peculiar and stunning. You live within your field of creative grace as a specially created work that also creates. You are being asked to surrender any fear you may have of being seen as exotic, unusual, eccentric, and bizarre. You are being asked to make peace with strange beauty and let it happen through you in a creative flow. Perhaps you need to allow your conventional ideas of beauty to become even more inspired and open. Perhaps you can allow your need for the world to behave according to your fixed ideas to fall away. You will receive so much more in its place. This oracle comes with a special message for you. There are rumblings and stirrings of the creative life force happening now, deep in the undercurrents of your being. If you are very attuned or sensitive, you may have consciously felt this already with excitement, discomfort, or both. For me, both. If you have not yet sensed these inner stirrings, they are happening all the same. So be on the lookout for a big shift of new birth and the shock of the new, the unconventional, the strangely beautiful, and the disturbing liberation of that which is foreign stepping into your life. This is life creating the stage upon which you will experience greater fulfillment. Don't be nervous if the rumble of the change turns you into a mighty roar that rocks boats, bursts forth as novel ideas, and changes things in a way that is out of your control. This is life happening. Free fall into it. The oracle of shock of the new comes to you saying the old way is on its way out. You are being invited, dragged, nurtured, and coerced into the new. You can handle it. This oracle brings you guidance. You are about to encounter something new and different in your life. This is helpful. Don't reject it, no matter how small or insignificant or how powerful and life changing it may seem to be. You are being asked to dispense with your reliance on the past and what have been your tools to navigate life. You have outgrown your old methods. You will have to fly by the seat of your pants, so to speak, as the experiment with the new ways to be. Life will show you the way. This is very exciting because I feel like this has been the last year of my life. And I feel like I've gone through so much of the dark and just clearing of all the old. And now I'm in front of the camera again, feeling more empowered and more weird and unconventional and peculiar as ever. I cut my hair off, I'm stepping into just whatever I feel like doing. I'm not judging anymore the way that I read, the fact that I read a lot out of the books. I feel like the books speak to me, and maybe they'll speak to you as well. I no longer want to be like any other reader. I want to bring in community that loves the way that I do things, the way that I read cards, or the way that I like to express myself, because to me this is all art. This is divination and the healing arts. Like it's an art form to be able to do this, to let the divine energies work through me. You see, I let the cards fall out as they fall out. I don't try to, pick the cards or anything like that. I like to leave it very magical. Okay. And so I'm very excited for you all. And so now let's jump into the tarot with 20 minutes in. And I think pile one was about 40 minutes, but I'm just going to let, when I do a pick a card, it's going to go wherever it's going to go. I never know where it's going to go. I push the button and I let it flow. You know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling very excited and inspired for you guys to go through this process of letting things, not feeling stuck to do things in the way you have been doing it. I feel like this is page energy, starting a new page. And let's see, it talked about being sensitive. I was trying to figure out what tarot deck to use, but I want to use some good light imagery. I was between the Muse Tarot and the highly sensitive tarot, but I felt like these pictures are kind of what I want to see. Or do I want the modern witch tarot? Okay, I just saw a card in this deck in my head, so we'll go with this. We're gonna go with this one, the highly sensitive tarot. This is one of my new decks, and I love it. I love the artwork on it. It's very colorful. It's very vibrant. And the last time I pulled these, I had the Hanged Man. I had the Queen of Swords. I felt like Shock of the New. I wanted some imagery of like real life, like what could be going on. And I had the Queen of Wands. Both of them are in front of a computer. And look at that. I am in front of the computer. I am letting myself speak and share what I have, but it's also very Wands, very creative, very exciting. And I am a Leo moon. So and then I had the Chariot card, moving forward with determination, moving into the new chapter. All right, let's see what is the next year ahead. What is going to be so shocking? What is the energy for the year ahead for pile 2? Pile 2, year ahead. Pile 2, year ahead. Starting new, closing out the old. Pile 2. What is the energy for pile 2? Closing out the old. We have Ten of Swords. Beautiful. Walking away from all that we ever knew. I feel like you're ready though. This is not the normal, oh man, all this is changing. And I feel like you've already gone through this. I feel like this was last year. You started look at the petals that are falling. We're letting everything fall away so that way we can step into the new. We can experience what it is that is there for us. Oh my goodness, the Hierophant. Beautiful. Look at that. There is something about creativity, being the director of our own life and being able to, there's something about music here because you have the piano here, you have the speakers here, you have the speakers speaking, singing, sharing your voice in only a way that you can. Um, are y'all musicians, guys? Do you write music? So we are stepping into our Hierophant. Hierophant is also the teacher that shows people how to play music, how to find the beauty. It's also a knowledge. It is divine knowledge and wisdom. Let's see, number 5, the Hierophant, creative and spiritual education, learning and teaching, healing and transformation, traditions and rituals, creative expression transforms me. Yes, we are stepping into something creative, this divine feminine energy, Apsahara's hands, doing something with our hands, even if it is art, painting. We are creating all the things. We're creating all the things. Or maybe you're multi-talented. You create all types of work. You create music, you create art. What else is going to be shocking and new? What are we stepping into for the year ahead? Allowing ourselves to flow with our creativity in the year ahead, showing off our expression, not worried about how the audience receives it. We're not going to get stuck in how other people receive it. We're going to create for the sake of creation. We are going to create that in which we love. Six of Pentacles. We are going to create what we feel is beautiful and give it back to the world. We're going to be so focused on our work. We're going to be so focused on what we're planting. We're going to be so in our own world. We don't even realize what beauty it is bringing to the rest of the world just through our art. We are not going to focus on. There is something very much about hypercritical energy. We create this art and then we never release it. I remember DJ Jazzy Jeff, there's a video of him in the last year saying, leave empty, leave this world empty. Don't take all your creative expression with you. And when you focus on just creating it and putting it out there, once you put it out there, don't pay attention to the algorithm. Don't pay attention, and don't forget that art lives forever. Art lives forever. And a lot of times art is not appreciated until we're dead and gone. Make peace with that. Make peace with that you may not get the recognition that you so want. That's not what it's about. It's about creating something beautiful, planting a tree that will be here forever after we are long gone, that will inspire people, that will lead them away from the things that are no longer serving them. How else is our life changing? How else do we need to embrace this change over the next year? What else? Highly sensitive soul. This is my highly sensitive soul. Pile 2. Thank you. King of Wands, being the king in your own life. Look at how colorful he is. Look how happy he is. This is entrepreneurial energy. This is when you focus on what it is that you love and growing what it is that you love to do, you will be successful in this energy. You will be successful. You will be lit up. You will be lit up. I want to read out of the book, The King of Wands. The King of Wands. Where are we at? There we are. King of Wands, responsible, charismatic, and passionate leader of the new era, the new shock of the new. You're going to be surprised going from who you've always been to how you will become a leader in this new. Just by being creative, just by sharing your work with the world, you will find that people want to follow you. I lead my community with clear values and create unity and success. Inspiring. You are actually inspiring when you let your life be told in art, in the art form that you love. It will inspire those. It will bring people together. You're charismatic. You have an energy about you that people want to see. They want to see that energy. You are a charismatic and determined leader who supports the diversity and equality of all people. Your leadership skills are inspiring and powerful, and you passionately advocate for positive change in society. Nina Simone said about how art reflects the times. You are a passionate advocate and you have wanted to share your voice, and you have shared your voice in the past and maybe you weren't heard. Share your voice. Your voice. Her mouth is closed, but she has music symbols around her. She finds a way to creatively express herself in a way that makes people feel inspired. It makes people listen more than what they were able to hear before. They weren't able to hear you before, but now you have a new way to express yourself. You have a creative way to express yourself. Whew. Needed to charge. Needed to charge. You've needed the last few years to recharge, but now you have recharged. You have found your center. You have found what grounds you, and now you can share it with the world in a new, shockingly new, beautiful way. And to close it out, we have, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We have the Nine of Wands. We have a confident energy. We have nine, once again, completion. This is the wounded warrior. You have been through it all. There is nothing that can stop you. You see that jewel on the center of her chest. It is to help the connection between expressing her heart through her throat, to be able to be a channel for what the heart wants to share with the world, to be charismatic, heart, fire energy, and expression through the throat. You may start out with just expressing yourself silently through music or through your art, but eventually the words will start to come to you. You'll be able to express yourself through your actual voice. You will feel empowered and encouraged to step forward and to sit on your throne, and express yourself in a way that is so confident it will shock you. And the bonus card we have is the Two of Cups, and you will find that you are more alike other people than you ever imagined. Yes, Two of Cups, also the way we ended pile one, if you feel called to pile one. Opposites attract, bringing together the opposites. Two of Cups, bringing together two different aspects of yourself, having light and dark, light hair, dark hair, bringing together the darkness that you have gone through and bringing it to the light in such a beautiful, colorful, artistic way that only you can, sharing your story in a way that only you can, that it will be beneficial to all, to the collective, to people that don't have a voice and are not sure how to express their voice. You will give them that opportunity to learn how to express themselves authentically, uniquely, like you have. I want to read the Nine of Cups real quick, the Nine of Wands. All right, we're going to have to figure out how I'm going to get a picture of this with all these cards together. Maybe I don't know. I'll figure that out. Let's see. Nine of Wands. Resilience, confidence, endurance, regeneration. I know that the strength within me is greater than anything that lies ahead of me or behind me. I'm in the here, I'm in the now. I know who I am. I know what I've been through. Never forget your story. Never forget what you have been through. This is not a total recreation of you. This is you knowing yourself well enough where you are not ashamed of all that you've been through. You use it as fuel. You use it to empower yourself. Know that your wounds do not weaken you, but tell your story of growth. You have the ability to handle any situation. It is a cautionary card, warning you are not to overexert yourself. We don't do that anymore. We have fought the battles. We have gone through the darkness, and now we are in our light. We are in our light. We have integrated, we have incorporated our light and our dark. Two of Cups, we have brought them together. I know my demons, I know my beast, and I tame my beast. Strength card. I know how to wield my power responsibly. It's a cautionary card warning you not to overexert yourself. Sit confidently and engage in too many fights. We don't engage in fights. You've been through a lot, and it's okay to take a break to rest and regenerate. Find a way to conserve your energy and focus on what matters most. Keep believing in yourself. How can you use the scars and wounds from your past as a source of strength and wisdom? We have the Six of Pentacles that I need to read. I feel like need to be read. And we'll finish with the Hierophant. Six of Pentacles, generosity and charity, give and take, appreciation, reward, getting the rewards of the battles that you have fought, give and take. We need what you have to give. We need your wisdom. We need your strength. We need to know your story. In generosity and gratitude, I find deep fulfillment and make positive changes in the world. On the card, you see a man planting a tree full of gratitude for nature and life. By honoring nature, he recognizes the importance of valuing our resources and acting mindfully. Know that you can bring about positive change through your giving and your sharing. Your actions can help create a better world, not just for yourself, but for others and for generations to come. What are your personal values and beliefs that might inspire you to act with gratitude and generosity? And lastly, we will end with the Hierophant. Creative expression transforms me. Be ready to discover the magic of creative expression. This is the shock of the new. To experience a deeper spiritual connection, your spirit will come through your art and the way that you create things and the way that you share your voice and the way that you share your story. It will be art. It will be spiritually connected. Your spirit and spiritual aspects will be connected through your art. The Hierophant encourages you to be inspired by the beauty of art and to play your own unique melody in life's grand symphony. I just looked up yesterday, being the shaman and the performer. It feels contradictory. How can I be a shaman but also be a performer? And the message that I received was about art is created by spirit. It is allowing spirit to work through you and create art that can transform not only your life, but the lives of those who take in your art. Let your creative energy flow and allow it to connect you with the divine in a harmonious dance. In a creative learning and teaching center, you will find a place of support to be inspired by like minded people on your spiritual journey and to pass on your knowledge. Which creative forms of expression attract you most? How could you use them to teach and heal your soul? All right. I feel like that was the last message. Thank you so much, Paul. Number two, you have given me confidence and a burst of energy that I didn't expect to get during this pick a card. So, if you would like to work with me one on one, you can go to my website, www.fatimah.faith/ always dreaming. That's ALWAZE, dreaming, common spelling with the G at the end. And until the next time, namaste. The divine in me sees the divine in you. Peace, love, and keep dreaming. Peace, file three. Welcome to your pick a card, focused all around what the year ahead has for you. Happy New Year, happy Aries season, happy spring equinox, Mercury retrograde. Happy spring equinox. Yeah. So if you watch the beginning of this pick a card video, you know that because everything kind of pointed to Aquarius, 11th house energy. We had Uranus for power. What was power one? We had Yang energy, which is Aquarius energy. We had Uranus for Pile 2, which is ruled by Aquarius. And we are ending with Pile 3, 11th house energy, which is also Aquarius energy. I cleared the energy just now from the previous piles. And this energy feels a lot more calm. The card says friends, like minded groups, and humanitarian beliefs. When I was clearing the energy, I heard house trumps sign. House trumps the sign. And so it's very interesting that the 11th house is the third pile. We are ending with pile 3, 3 piles, and house trumps the sign. Let's get into it. I feel like I need to read this one. I have not read these cards out of any other deck, and you picked the Amethyst, which is the birthstone of Aquarius, which I just realized that. So we have 11th house and the Amethyst here. And let's see what this says about 11th house. House 11. This house reflects your social and humanitarian concerns. So over the next year, we're focused, pile 3 is focused on how we are moving towards the new age. How are we picking up? It's really interesting how these piles are feeling very sequenced, very much in line from what the message, overall message was for each one. This pile feels very mature. It feels like it's gone through its page energy, it's gone through its erratic knight energy, and now is stepping more into queen and king energy, a more stable energy. This house reflects your social and humanitarian concerns. If looked at from the perspective of a lifespan, it's the adult who steps outside themselves and operates as part of the larger whole. More figuratively, it reflects your feelings around groups of people. Do you feel like an eccentric oddball, or do you feel accepted by the crowd? It holds your friends, community, and connections that aren't necessarily intimate or emotional, but based on shared ideals. It's where you fit in. It's your wishes and your objectives for the future of mankind. It's your environmental, political, and philanthropic viewpoints. This is where you become a part of a team or movement. The natural home of forward thinking Aquarius, dedicated to pushing humanity forward. This space is also linked to inventions and things that advance society. It is ruled by Uranus for its progressive imaginings, as well as Saturn for its discipline or idealistic beliefs. Keywords, energetics, is friends, wishes for the future, social and humanitarian beliefs, like minded groups, experiences are operating as a part of a larger whole, connections based on shared ideals, joining a team, omen. Humans are meant to commune and collaborate, yet so often beings feel lonely, alien, and out of place. Consider the person you have grown into. Mm-hmm. What are your current passions and interests? What are your philosophical, spiritual, and humanitarian beliefs? Has your tribe evolved with you, or are you feeling misplaced? Begin sharing the lens through which you see life. Reveal who you are. The universe is working to bring like minded friends into your life, but you need to express your beautiful truth so kindred spirits can find you. Yeah, all these piles seem to be going together. They all seem like phases. It feels like 3 phases. Pile 1 was more about healing, what needs to be healed. Pile 2 was about new expression and stepping into something new. And Pile 3, you feel more like you've gone through those exploratory phases, and now it is time to step up. That's what I'm feeling. It's time to step up and claim what you're meant to do, and not being in a it's about me energy. I feel like you all have learned how you are part of the bigger whole. And yes, you hold a very strong energy, but I feel like it's a very humble leadership energy. Um, it's kind of taking me back to pile 1 and how I used archetype cards in pile 1. And so I'm going to use a different archetypal deck to pinpoint some of these key archetypes that pile 3 is working with for the year ahead. What are the focus of the energies that pile 3 is working out of? So we're going to use the Carolyn Miss archetype cards. I used 3 different archetype cards for pile 1. So let's try and see what 3 archetypes come up for you. Take what resonates and leave the rest. If they don't all resonate or work together, the last time I pulled from this deck, I got dilettante. I don't know what that means, but delights in the arts. So we have artist energy here. We have shapeshifter energy, pioneer, and exorcist. So let's see what are the main archetypes that pile 3 is working with for the year ahead. What are the 3 main archetypes that pile 3 will be working with for the year ahead? What are the 3 main archetypes pile 3 will be working with for the year ahead? Embodying the leader. How is pile 3 embodying the leader on the year ahead? As the mother archetype, nurturance, patience, unconditional love for humanity is what I just heard. It says unconditional love for humanity, joy in giving birth to life. This feels like starting something new, giving new birth to a new society, a new community that is more focused on nurturing one another, understanding what it means to be a humanitarian. Life path 9, we're in a 9-year. Life path 9 is that of the humanitarian. What other archetypes is pile 3 working with on the year ahead? Heavy on the mother energy. The shadow attributes are smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. Aquarius energy is about allowing children to become to be a wise counsel for them, but allowing them to express themselves in more eccentric ways with guidance, allowing them to become who they are authentically meant to be, not smaller versions of ourselves, but embracing the differences between people, like-minded, but also different. Pioneer is a very Aquarius energy, being able to pioneer something new, pioneering what it means to be the mother, pioneering what it means to nurture community, passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. What hasn't been done before. We are transforming the way in which we live in community. We are transforming the way in which we care for one another in a way that the Mother Earth cares for us. We are pioneering a new way. I'm seeing communities, small communities coming together, doing homesteading, working together, finding a new way so that we don't have to depend on the ways in which we used to do things. And this is very Aquarian as well. Liberator. We are focusing on pioneering, nurturing our communities, and pioneering a new way so that we can liberate each other, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs. This is what I was talking about. It seems difficult, but I know that you already know this. No, I know. Aquarius is I know. You already know where it is, and just this is just confirmation of what you already knew, that you are pioneering a new way to help liberate people. You are being the mother in these situations. You are nurturing your communities. You are nurturing those, you are nurturing the earth. You are bringing a new way into the life. You are bringing together the old ways of working in community, but also bringing together technology. You are pioneering a new way of liberation and community. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you. Thank you. The elder of the community, the elder of the community, the Samaritan liberator. Samaritan refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. You may have been wanting to do this for a long time, but it's been difficult, but that's because it wasn't time yet. You're a pioneer. You saw this in advance. You see what's in the center of that pioneer energy, the heart of the community. You have a heart for the community. You want to help liberate people from the belief that they don't have control over their own lives. The shadow attribute of the liberator is imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. We understand the constraints in which we live in, and we do not push our own ideas onto others. We are able to bring together multiple thought processes, like-minded groups, like-minded, and find balance. So that we can pioneer a new way of being. Samaritan refines your capacity to help those you would rather ignore, working together with those that may be a little bit more difficult, but you do see that they have like-minded. We might not go about things the same way. You might be a more, I don't know why this is coming to me. You may be more revolutionary and you may be a Christian, but that doesn't mean that we don't want the same liberation. We don't want to be able, we still want to be able to commune together and take care of one another. We have to be able to recognize that overall we are like-minded. We have the same goals in mind. We just may have different ways of going about it. And that's what's going to make us successful, is being able to bring together two opposites, because the ultimate goal is still the same. The ultimate goal is to have community, to have people work together. And the bonus card we have to keep in mind is companion. Finding companionship, bringing the two together. This is what I was talking about, the two opposites, the black and the white female, bringing together the opposites and knowing about, thinking about the fact that it's for the greater good. It's more important to come together than it is to stay apart. Loyal tenacity and unselfishness, being able to see people's heart, be able to see people's heart for what it really is, seeing the light of their heart, and being able to work with that despite the differences. The shadow attribute is betrayal by misusing confidences, loss of personal identity, being able to build trust. Trust takes time. We have to be able to trust one another. I will keep that in mind when we continue on with this reading. These are the archetypes that you are working with for the year ahead. This is all about newness, bringing something new, bringing new community into the world, bringing together like-minded people into the world. And how can we go about doing this? I'm seeing, where is it? Let me get this deck. All right, and we have the Golden Future Oracle. This oracle is centered around Aquarian energy, the new age of Aquarius. The inside of this deck says, "Great beings of light, please guide my way so that my golden future starts today." Let's see how are we bringing into this new energy. Oh, I had work satisfaction. Seek that which fulfills your soul. Make sure that your work that you are doing is what is really fulfilling your soul. Teleportation and levitation, expand your gifts and powers, making sure that you are using your gifts that you are giving. Music, bring yourself into divine harmony. Use music and sound to bring yourself into harmony with nature. Nature 23, tune into the natural world. Pile 3, friends, like-minded groups, and humanitarian beliefs. 11th house, what does the next year ahead, where is the focus for the year ahead? We are focusing on mother, the mother archetype, pioneering. This is divine feminine energy, stepping forward as pioneers, as liberators. This is a female on this liberator card, passing the torch. And this is connecting me back to pile 1 again. Pile 1 had the father card, not out of this deck, but had the card, an archetype of the father. There's a lot of healing going on within the masculine energy. It definitely connects back to pile 1 because we talked about the women have been healing their masculine energy, and now we are ready to step forward and be the liberators. We are ready to we are ready to take the torch, whether it's being passed to us or not. We are ready to take the torch and move forward and bring together a more feminine, nurturing aspect into our world. That is our hopes and dreams. 11th house of a more balanced, harmonious society. We are learning how to connect with like-minded people, companionship, but notice our differences and finding the beauty in those differences and how we can still work together. Humanitarian beliefs with the Samaritans, refined your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. Companionship, both together, companionship and Samaritan. Sometimes we have been blinded by our own ego and our wounded masculine energy where we didn't want to work with others that were constantly pushing back. This does not mean to sacrifice yourself and work with people who are unwilling to work with you. But if you can find yourselves on like-minded missions, in a like-minded way, we both have the same goal at hand. We can put our differences aside to create a better, more liberated community for our children, the mother. We can bring other people along. What message do you have for pile 3 for the year ahead and how they can help to build this new energy, this new community. Just 1 or 2 cards, please, Spirit. Matter of fact, can I just get 1 card, Spirit, on how the focus for the year ahead, the ground, nature, connecting with nature, being more in nature, finding the beauty of nature, being able to hear nature, tapping more into mother nature, being able to, once we start to understand and be able to hear nature properly, once we're able to commune with the animals, once we are able to commune with the spirit of the animals, when we are able to commune with the nature spirits, we're able to commune with the herbs and the grass and the trees and the things that grow, it will help us become more into companionship and being more of a Samaritan. I feel like at the beginning of the year, maybe the first half of the year, we are getting in touch with ourselves. We are centering ourselves. We are getting more connected with nature, because when we get connected with nature, we will know how to serve other people, serve Samaritans, refine your capacity to help others, to serve others unselfishly. We will know how to work better in companionship with people that are opposite of us when we tap back into ourselves and tap back into nature. And we start to learn how to communicate with nature, communicate with the water, communicate with the trees and the earth element, communicate with the animals that are around us, know their spirits, so that that way, also astrology, learning how to read the stars, look at that, the sun and the rainbows, and knowing how to read the things that we don't pay much attention to. We're so always focused on external other people. We're connected to so many other people, but in order to be true humanitarians, we need to connect with the unhuman things. We need to connect with the animals, the trees, the grass, the herbs, the flowers, the water, the things that are more inanimate, or the things that don't communicate in the way we communicate. We need to tune more into our bodies, understand the way that we see things, and how we can bring this new liberated world into order. I feel like we are focused on mother, pioneer, and liberator, and the reward will be being able to step back into the role of Samaritan and service and work through companionship. If we have constantly been in a place of trying to be the leader, of trying to assert our authority, and trying to be with everyone else, trying to find our tribe, but we never took the time out to tap in with ourselves. We never took the time out to really understand ourselves. We never took the time out to understand nature. We can never truly connect with one another until we do that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We talk so much about homesteading and building our own communities and, learning herbs and things like that. If we don't take that time to do that on our own, but yet we're trying to direct other people, that is the problem. That is where our shortcomings are. Free energy, be a powerhouse, be so centered and grounding. They say the strongest structure is the pyramid. That is the strongest geometric shape is the pyramid. It's very balanced and it's able to channel the energy within. Card number 3811. We have 11 here. 5, 2, 3, 23 comes to 5. Changes. It's time to change the way in which we connect with nature, so that way we can be a powerhouse. We know how to harness the energy of the earth, of this big grand planet of the earth, and understand how those energies connect with the energies above, the planets above. Be a powerhouse. It's free energy. It's free energy. When you connect to the earth, you can pioneer and become all the things. You can create what it is you want to create. And on the bonus card, we have travel. And look at that. There is another triangle. It almost looks like a pyramid. Travel, find ecological ways to explore the world. Explore the world. You have birds and things around, understanding the spirits of the animals. You have birds on 1, 2, 3 cards. Your main card, 11th house, has birds on it. Birds on a branch. They all look different. They pretty much all look different. Two are red, but the other two are different. This one is looking over its shoulder back at the other two instead of just being and communicating with like-minded people that look like you or that have always been around. Be curious about other people and their perspectives. Don't be so judgmental about someone else's journey. Be open to learn from other people. 15, travel. Traveling through meditation. I'm seeing a spaceship up there. In the book on 11th house, it talked about being alien, feeling alienated from your community. Maybe you need to reach out further, travel through these screens, travel with other people, learn other people's perspective, bring together community from other areas that can tell you about their life, their culture, and how they live their life. It's free energy. Be a powerhouse. You can be a powerhouse for all the things. For all the things. Let's see what powerhouse says. Card 38. By 2032, lightning, heating, and power will be provided by sunlight, wind power, and other natural forms of energy held in powerful compact batteries. A few years later after that, when the planet is at peace and there is worldwide international cooperation, Earth will earn the right to access new and totally free forms of ecological power. Wise masters and technologically advanced beings from other star and planetary systems will download information about previously unimaginable forms of eco energy and power to receptive scientists. I feel like travel is also about astral travel, being able to receive tele- telepathic communication from higher light beings. Wise masters and technologically advanced beings from other star and planetary systems will download information about previously unimaginable forms of eco energy and power to receptive scientists. Scientist is also an Aquarian energy. These energy sources will include earth magnetism, pyramid power, and crystal power, as well as lightning, water, and elements and planet energy. I feel like there are people in this group that are somewhat scientists. They are pioneers in new ways of science, in metaphysical sciences and quantum physics, new ways of being. They are spiritually in tune, and the information that they are able to receive from other spirits, whether that be light beings from other dimensions, other planets, star systems, or the natural world. There is so much information that wants to be shared with you, and you just have to be an open vessel to receive that information, to be able to travel within your mind. People will have retrieved many of their gifts by then. That's what I was just talking about. And we'll be able to light up crystals by communicating with the elemental life force within them. In the golden future, freely available eco energy will power our needs in ways that are unconceivable to us now. I believe that you believe that. You know this to be true. You've already gone through all the things. You've tested your abilities, and you know that you have these abilities to be able to connect with these higher light beings, to be able to receive information that is tangible, that you can create this world, this community that you are striving to communicate. It is outside of the box. It is pioneering energy. It is a liberator. Your goal is to liberate, and you are the pioneer of this. And all it takes is you to be the mother, to be the nurturer, to be open and receptive. It's interesting that mother came out first and nature came out next. Mother nature, there is a connection there. pioneering and liberator. You have travel in between the two of them. In order to, you have the idea pioneer, but in order to make that tangible, to liberate, you need to be able to travel within your mind or in other ways to be able to communicate and connect with other beings, whether that's human beings, light beings, nature spirits, whatever they are. That was what is going to bring you together, Samaritan, holding the hands together, bring people along to liberate them, companionship, being able to see the beauty in people that have the same goal, which is liberation in mind. Be a powerhouse. The high priest Thoth taught that every single thing on the planet was connected and responded to particular vibrations, allowing energy to flow. High vibration objects raise the frequency of everything around them. Now, Thoth is reminding you to honor the planet by using power carefully and by choosing ecological forms wherever possible. Bless and be grateful for all that you do use. Remember that universal force constantly runs through you. So plug into clear, clean, and ecological supplies like trees, waterfalls. Look at that. Trees and waterfalls, connecting back to nature. Trees and waterfalls, the sun, moon, or stars, and bring this unlimited vitality through you. I was talking about with the rainbow, it made me think about the stars, astrology, being able to connect to all that is. Connect to all that is, receive the information that is all there for you. Don't be so stuck in the old, outdated ways of communicating and getting your information. Stay grounded. She's grounding in this card. Keep your chakras spinning. Surround yourself with high frequency objects and practice accessing your own free life force. Reiki energy. Declutter your life, your home, your relationships, your thoughts, and emotions so that your personal chi can flow freely. Do this. By doing this, you are helping to prepare humanity for ecological power of the golden future. This is your year ahead. This is what your focus is the year ahead. Now is the perfect time for you to declutter. It is Mercury retrograde. All of this is happening in Aries. There is a new start here, and you are ready. You are prepared. You have done the work. You are ready to step into this new age of Aquarius. You are ready to become a leader, a pioneer, and a liberator of so many people. You just have to stay focused. You've learned the lessons. You've cleared out. Continue the practice of clearing your thoughts regularly, tuning into thoughts that are going to push you in the direction that you need to be in. I was going to pull this Age of Aquarius deck, but the imagery is not coming to my head. So we are going to, I'm guided to go to the Urban Tarot. I feel like you're very connected to your gifts. And I think that the focus needs to be how you bring and use that energy in the world around you. I feel like that is the focus. So the last time I pulled this, I had 8 of Wands, swiftness. We are moving towards that which we are meant to do. I had the World card, stepping into a new world, completion, completing everything that seemed to be falling apart around us, stepping into the new, and you will be victorious in this new pursuit. But you already know that. I feel like you're fired up, you're ready to go, you are ready to start this new journey. Use this ending eclipse to close out the last eclipse. When is the eclipse? Hey Siri, when is the Aries eclipse?
Do you want me to use Chat GPT to answer?
Sure.
The next solar eclipse in Aries will occur on March 29th, 2025. at 6:58 a.m. Eastern Daylight.
All right, there we go. March 29th is when, so 9 more days. So these next this year 9, these next 9 days, it's important to close out the lessons, go back and look at where you were when the North Node entered into Aries. Hey Siri, when did the North Node enter Aries?
The North Node moved into the sign of Aries on July 17th, 2023.
All right, so look from July 17, 2023 until now. Look at the lessons that you have learned. Look at what is coming to completion. We are moving towards the new. We are moving towards, it's time to close out. We are retrograde with Venus and with Mercury right now in Aries. We are finishing up our cycles and what we have learned. Okay. And I also had the 10 of Pentacles. This is legacy building. This is a very tangible way of living. And on the bottom of the deck, we had the Hermit with a homeless person. Someone, despite the fact that they're homeless, they are the Hermit. They have learned so much through their challenges that they still bring a light unto the world. They bring a light into the world. The fact that it's a homeless person on the Hermit card, and we're talking about new community, a new way of doing things, where a humanitarian 11th house, where everybody gets what they deserve, where we can all live in harmony together. No one person has more than the other. You get what you work for, I just heard. You get what you work for, but you're able to refines your capacity to help those you would rather ignore, those that you might rather ignore. You might want to ignore the homeless person, but they have a light within them as well. They just lost their way. They may have lost their way. You are a pioneer. You can see clearly and how to help them liberate themselves. This does not mean self-sacrifice. This does not mean pouring into empty cups that cannot see. This means bringing a little light into their life, giving them inspiration. You are a powerhouse. You have all that it is that you need in order to shed light on a situation. Can I get more clarity for pile 3 on the steps ahead moving over the next year? Over the next year. Can I get some clear steps moving forward over the next year for pile 3? Thank you. We have the 4 of Swords with truce. Truce. There is a truce that needs to be made. There is a time now where we need to put our differences aside and find where we are like-minded, If I'm not mistaken, this card, 4 of Swords, also is about resting, taking a time out to detach yourself from the ongoing drama. I'm getting political energy with this card. Political energy, disengaging from the squabbles of the politics of everything. Here we see revealed the great power that the rational mind is capable of. An objective viewpoint gives us the ability to see past our differences, to put emotional arguments aside, and to offer tolerance to those who have been our enemies. Putting things aside for the greater good, for humanitarian, to bring light back into the world, to liberate people, not working with other people that can also put their differences aside. Working with other people that can also put their differences aside. The 4 of Swords brings an end to hostilities as diplomacy and negotiation replace the chaos of war and distrust. Powers are held in perfect balance by the rule of order, and we are given space to reflect, to move forward. The cautious peace of the 2 of Swords was more a ceasefire than a lasting treaty. Here, that same balance has been made more solid. Four is solid, more fully considered. While old grudges have not been eliminated, they have no power here. All sides respect the value of truce. We can lay down our swords for now and rest. The idea that struck us as a moment of inspiration in the ace has now been fully realized. We have published our findings, confident that our reasoning will stand up to peer review. Opposing concepts have been considered, responded to, and integrated into our argument. We are eager to move forward from here, demonstrating the value of what we have found. If you're from Pile 1, this is a major key for you. This is a major key for you, and how you can put aside your differences to move forward for the greater good. We are eager to move forward from here, demonstrating the value of what we have found. This card was intended to represent the General Assembly at the United Nations headquarters here in New York. More accurately, the UN structure stands on a tiny piece of Manhattan real estate along the East River, which according to international treaty is not officially part of the United States. Since it was founded in 1945, the UN has represented the belief that we could prevent another global war by having forum where all nations could air out their grievances. It is a powerful idea, and while many may argue that of the UN's effectiveness, it continues to stand as a reminder of what we can achieve through open and honest communication, where every voice is heard, every voice is equal. Every voice is heard and every voice is equal. No one voice outweighs another. We can all find what what our common like-minded goals are, and come together and take a little bit of yours, take a little bit of mine, and make it work for the greater good of the whole. Thank you. What else is key for Pile 3 in the year ahead? What else is key for Pile 3 in the year ahead? I feel like that's the first thing that needs to be focused on, quelling any of the disagreements or harshness that's in our heart when it comes to dealing with people that we may have seen as enemies. How can we find peace? How can we nurture ourselves back into a place where the grievances aren't so loud, where we can see things as a pioneer, as the big picture? I'm going to put these back, but we got the 10 of Cups, which is about differences of opinion. This is still living together in harmony and balance, dreams fulfilled, wishes fulfilled, the greater good of the community. We also have the 2 of Cups, which the 2 of Cups have showed up in the other 2 piles. So we'll see if it comes together again, if it comes out again on its own. 2 of Cups is about coming together. It's like the companionship card. It's 2 opposites coming together, male and female, or just 2 people of differing opinions, different goals, but being able to find what is like-minded within the whole. What other messages and steps for Pile 3 for the year ahead? Thank you. We have the World card, putting our truces together, finding a truce so that we can have a completion. We can have a world that works together. We can create the world that we're looking for. We can step into the new world, not just a collective new world, but a new world of our own, the way we see the world. Not fighting anymore, finding the peace of not having to fight anymore, finding the peace within with the Nature card, finding the peace within. Because at the end of the day, it's all about our internal world. Our internal world reflects what we see on our external world. If we are at battle with ourselves, we can't put our egos to the side and find a truce with each other. Queen of Swords, being able to see things more clearly, being able to create a new way of thinking. She is in the sun. She is creating something. She has paintbrushes. She's creating this new world because she is now able to sit in her own power. She doesn't have to worry about arguing with anybody that she deems as an enemy. Queen of Swords. The painter. There exists a certain idealized vision of what it means to be an artist. An artist is supposed to be self confident and driven by a fount of pure inspiration from within, having no concern for the allure of fortune and fame. The artist is driven only by the work. The work. We're only driven by the work. And now this is taking me with the artist back to pile number 2. So if you are watching from all the piles, take what resonates and leaves the rest. Take what synchronicities you're picking up together and leave the rest. Leave what doesn't resonate. But the artist creating this new world out of our own thoughts, out of our own story. We went through the darkest hour and it looks like everything crumbled around us, but we are seeing things from a higher perspective. We are stepping into the completion of all the turmoil, all the battles that we dealt with other people, and we are finding the beauty. We are able to express ourselves in a way that inspires others. Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is very much this breed of artist. She creates because she must, and it matters little to her whether her work is ever seen by another soul. This is exactly what we were talking about in pile number 2. You create for the sake of creation. It doesn't matter what the reception is. Leave empty. The only reward she seeks is in the act of creation itself. The Queen of Swords is a keen observer and possesses a sharp creative intellect. Like all in the court of swords, her mind is constantly abuzz with new ideas. However, her ideas are drawn from the watery world of dreams and emotions. The queen feels as keenly as she sees, absorbing everything around her. Through her talent, she distills the world and shows it back to herself. The art is the mirror she holds up, and in it, a deeper kind of truth is reflected. Drifting like a cloud, she has no concern for the petty problems of earth. Utterly impractical, the queen's imagination floats free and takes her to places other others would never dream of. Untouched by fire, she is graceful and calm. And that's what I was saying at the beginning of this reading. The energy felt very mature. It feels like you've already been through the hard times. I said it didn't feel like the new, fresh, innocent energy of the page. It didn't feel like the erratic energy of the night. It felt like queen or king energy. You have finally come to the place where you are in your queen or king energy, where you are stable, where you know how to execute your thoughts and your inspirations in order to bring about a new world, a new way of being. You are inspiring others. Drifting like a cloud, she has no concern for the petty problems of earth. Utterly impractical, the queen's imagination floats free and takes her to places others would never dream of. Untouched by fire, she is graceful and calm and cannot easily be steered by the ideals of others. Without fire's fortitude and drive, however, she can sometimes be overly sensitive to emotional currents, switching from the caring empathy of water to the cold inaccessibility of air in a moment. I had Debbie pose for this image sitting in front of my old drafting table in a space I had once imagined would be my studio. Over time, it turned out that my approach to art involved using a mouse much more than it involved a brush. I eventually got rid of the drafting table, and I admit I will always find traditional painting to hold a certain romantic appeal. So that's just a little bit about the card and the inspiration of the card. But to do with truce, finding a truce. And even if you don't feel called to work with other people, even though the 11th house is about like minded groups, I'm starting to see with the Four of Swords, calling a truce with a certain environment, calling a truce with the conventional way of doing things when it comes to government. You felt like maybe your leadership was to be a big voice in the community as far as, you know, politics and things like that. But the universe, Saturn energy is going to something new. It's a completion, and now we're stepping in more of to the artist. You can have just as much of a voice as the artist as you can in the arenas. This looks like an arena, almost the arena of the UN that was depicted in this card. It's stepping into something new. So I almost feel like stepping into the universe card, stepping out of the way we used to do things, the way we used to see things, the way we felt like we were supposed to show up as the queen, and finding out that we can be the queen and attracting like-minded groups, new friends. Something talked about artistry. Yeah, this card talked about artistry, bringing together more people that might be focused on art and expressing what might be going on in the world in a more artistic way, in a way that feels more liberating. Harlem Renaissance. This is a renaissance. It's a time of change, a time of transformation, where the same structures that used to hold us before are no longer holding us. We are open to higher divine guidance. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh, Knight of Cups. We did get a knight. Look at that. We got the Knight of Cups, and it says the seducer. I feel like this is talking about going from artistry, and we were talking about like-minded individuals as we step away from the conventional forms in which we thought we were supposed to do things and show up and be leaders. Now we're stepping into a more of, look, there's a crab inside the cup there. Our emotions, we're doing what feels good to us, what environments feel good to us. Cancer rules our uh, our environment, kind of our small environment, bringing in together more people, maybe more artistic people, more people that let you feel light and happy and charismatic. Charismatic is more wands energy, but romantic. And this card ended with a romantic, the word romantic. Painting feels more romantic. So putting yourself in new environments, Cancer, crab in the cup, in the cup, in being in new environments that feel good to you. Cancer wants to feel good. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Okay, how many cards we gonna get? We got the Empress card, which is also about creation, birthing something new. She's feeding a baby. She's feeding what she actually loves. She's feeding what feels love. She is in her home. She has made her home. She has made her home more comfortable, more artistic, and in a way that has made her, was it this pal that said about decluttering? I don't know, but one of the pals said about decluttering, you know, starting new. Yeah, I think that was this pal, because I was talking about Mercury retrograde. This is a perfect way to close out the last year of eclipse in Aries and stepping into the new, stepping into this new imagination, this new creative space that you're stepping into, attracting more community that's in alignment with what it is you want, creating a home environment that feels more cozy, that feels more aligned with who you have become, leaving behind the old, moving away from this battle energy, battle of the minds. This card feels a little darker, and on the bottom we have the Sun card, a baby running in the sun with their shirt off, feeling very comfortable. We have a baby here and a baby here. Even though I'm going to close out this deck, we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can close it out this time for real. Thank you. We're going to be very careful. Thank you. I can't fit any more cards on the table. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And we have the Princess of Swords, which is the Page of Swords. Feeling empowered, feeling like we are stepping into, we're using our voice. Look at that. She's got, it looks like papers flying everywhere. whether that's becoming a writer, a painter. There's something about this also feels very much aligned with pile 2, stepping into sharing your voice, sharing your story, moving away from that causes you to feel like you're in friction with other people. Stop staying in the same environments that you feel like you have to call a truce, that you feel like you have to question people's honesty and their integrity. Move away from that. It's okay to complete that, to bring it out, to move away from that. We're moving more towards being secure within ourselves and finding community, finding people that make us feel good. Crab in the cup. We are doing things that bring more light into our home life. We are making our home more comfortable for us to support our creative talents and how we want to stand strong in our interpretations of the world that will inspire others. Let's see what the Princess of Swords says. Princess of Swords. Oh my goodness. Okay, Princess of Swords, the activist. And activism is a very Aquarian thing. I feel like over the next year, you're going to step into this Samaritan, being able to speak and act on that which is for people that don't have a voice. You'll be able to help liberate those that don't have a platform. She's standing on a platform. You'll be able to do this in a creative way, whether it's becoming a writer, a journalist, or actually out there with your bullhorn. But I feel like this is a new creative way in order to share your voice. And through sharing your voice, through your art, you will find like minded people. You will seduce people. People will be attracted to you. They want to hear more of what you have to say. They want to hear more of your story. The activist, the Princess of Swords, represents the earthly pair of part of earth, the fixation of the volatile. She brings about the materialization of idea. She represents the influence of heaven upon earth. She partakes of the characteristics of Minerva and Artemis, and there is some suggestion of Valkyr. She represents to some extent the anger of the gods, and she appears helmed with serpent haired Medusa for her crest. She stands in front of a barn altar as if to avenge its profanation, and she stabs downward with her sword. The heaven and the clouds, which are her home, seem angry. Aleister Crowley, The Book of Thoth. The above paragraph opens Crowley's description of the Princess of Swords in what I found to be an unusually poetic and powerful passage. He was, of course, describing his own Thoth deck and making reference to the beautiful painting of that card created for it by Lady Frida Harris. I make no illusions about how much this deck has been informed by the Thoth deck, and although Uncle Al and I do not always see eye to eye, it's fairly clear to see how much my princess was inspired by his. Logical and clever, yet stable and practical, the princess cannot be swayed. That is the second time I believe it said something about being swayed. So yes, now I'm feeling like this Four of Swords, calling a truce, forgiveness, leaving it in the past. That part of your life is over. Moving towards becoming your own stable force, becoming the Queen and Princess of Swords, becoming the writer, the creative, the painter, the artist, becoming the activist, being able to speak without being deterred by what is popular or by the status quo. Um, I envisioned my princess as an environmental activist, environmental mother nature activist, uh, be a powerhouse. It talked to, find ecological ways to explore the world, an environmental activist shouting slogans through a bullhorn and handing out flyers in Central Park. Rooted in the earth, she knows that a storm is coming and she needs to change a lot of the minds in order to fight. She is a warrior at heart, and her weapon is her words. Her weapon is her words. You are being called over the next year to speak, to help liberate. You have done the work. You have done all that you need to do. You are very secure in yourself. You know who you are. You know what you've been through. There is no reason to hold back any longer. This is definitely a progression from pile 1 to pile 2 to pile 3. So if you watch all 3 piles in a row, you will see the transformation that is taking place over the next year. Pile 1 was about what we're healing. Pile 2 was about understanding that you are meant to step forward. It felt more shy energy. It felt like you don't even realize how much power you hold in your hands. You don't know how much power you hold in your hands to be able to create the new. And this pile feels like you are very aware of how far you've come, and you've harnessed your artistry and the way that you express yourself in the world. So I feel like all 3 piles are just a confirmation into where we are going, where we are headed. The Princess of Swords, and I did notice under that it had the Tower card. It is time, a time of change, of radical change. That was pile 2, radical change. It is time of radical change. And it said something about through the storms, through the storms, and the Princess of Swords. And that's what made me think of rooted in the earth. She knows that a storm is coming and she needs to change a lot of minds in order to fight it. You see what is happening. You have been doing the work. You did the healing work on yourself. You harnessed your energy, pile 2. You know who you are. And now it is time to step forward so that you can change the course of things, so that you can help liberate people. You can refine your capacity to help those you would rather ignore. You turned your back for a little while because you were at odds and fighting against the powers that be, but now you have realized your own fucking power, and now you don't need anybody else to move forward into what it is that you are doing. We ended with the Empress card with the baby, and we have the mother card here. It all goes back to the children. It goes back to the children. We are trying to save our children from all that we see going on around us. This is not about fear. This is about knowing that we have the power to change it. We have the power. We are the powerhouse. You already know this. Expand your gifts and powers. Teleportation and levitation. Teleportation, travel card. Find ecological ways to explore. You already know these things. You have already come this far. You know your gifts, and don't let anybody deter you from that. At 2:15, my alarm goes off every day at 2:15 because I was born at 2:15. It is a way for me to give thanks that I have also stepped into my power. I am not ashamed of my weird Aquarian ways, of my quirkiness, or the way that my gifts come through. They come through exactly the way they're supposed to. They are healing for other people. Thank you. And I don't know why this card right here is yelling at me. Swiftness. It is time to move with the swiftness. 8 of Wands. It is time to get moving. Okay. It is time to do it. We cannot waste any more time. Okay. Whew. Pile 3. Pile 3. What powerful energy you have brought to me to end out this reading. I pray that whoever needed to see this message, whoever needed that extra boost of energy, received exactly what they were looking for. This is the energy over the year ahead. Look to where what is in your 11th house for more information. If you would like to book a one-on-one session, you can go to my website, www.fatimah.faith/always dreaming. At this time, I'm only offering 2 services. I am also working on other projects, so my hours are limited when it comes to working one-on-one with people, but I hope you all got exactly what you needed. If you would like to give me a little bit of change on my Cash App is Always Dreaming, ALWAZE Dreaming, calming spelling with the G at the end. And until the next time, namaste. The divine in me sees the divine in you. Peace, love, and until the next time, keep dreaming.